Welcome to the 5-Minute Trading Edge brought to you by the Institutional Edge System. Well, if you're a swing or a scalp trader, entries, those are the lifeblood of your strategy and more importantly, your account. And how many times have you seen a great entry opportunity pass you right by? Maybe you've got an indicator that's supposed to spot them and signal them before they happen, but for whatever reason they're late or it misses it altogether. Or maybe you've got a strategy and the strategy's been hit or miss. Under certain conditions, it works well, but those same conditions appear and everything falls apart for you. Well, today we're going to look at spotting swing entries and more specifically two conditions that will increase your batting average. They take the form of sequential decline and responsive activity. Now, when either of these things takes place, these conditions present great swing entry opportunities. When they happen together, boy, you're ready to roll. And we'll also take a look at Ghost Eye Block. It brings these two conditions together for you on your chart. And all three of these can be delivered to you thanks to order flow sequence tracking intelligence, regardless of the market that you're working with or the time frame that you're trading in. Now, before we do anything, we have one fundamental need, and that's to be able to see within a candle. That's right, to see the actual positions that are taking place in a candle as they're assumed real time. Now, millions of retail traders out there, they're staring at blank candles. As price goes up or plummets down and the candle responds, they have no idea really what's going on. Well, we need to know. And specifically, we need to know what's going on the sell side and the buy side as these aggressive positions are assumed. It's fundamental to our two conditions that we're going to spot today. The first one is sequential decline. This is when either buyers or sellers start to back away from a particular price point. And this happens at the tip of a candle. So without this information, I'd otherwise be trying to interpret a tail of some sort without this information. But thanks to order flow sequence tracking, I now know when buyers are starting to back away. And there it is, 245, 238, and 8. As price went up, they're now starting to back away from that price level with sequentially declining positions. Same thing here on the sell side. As price comes down, boom, these guys are starting to lose steam. 589, 286, and also 8. Now this is highlighted in green here because as these sellers taper off, we could be seeing price respond and swing up. Same thing here, red. As these buyers back away, we could see price respond and start to come down. That's enough to get our attention, but it's also complemented by another condition, which is responsive activity. This is when the other side steps in. So in this case, in grand fashion, that 202 is highlighted because these guys enjoy at least a 300% size advantage to their corresponding group. 8 buyers, 202 sellers stepping in. Same thing down here. As these sellers backed away, 83 buyers stepped in. An indication that the other side is coming in and we'd want to be part of it. Something we can watch unfold with plenty of time to make our entry move. Now let's watch as this takes place over the course of a handful of candles. Now, if I were looking at blank candles, this would just seem like price going back and forth. Hard to guess where I'd make my entry. Well, with order flow sequence tracking, I can get in and I see first sequential decline. Sellers backing away from this position. 131, 104, 728, 395, 29, and so on. These guys are getting tired. They're tapering off from this particular price level. It's complemented right in the same instance with buyers stepping in and doing it with that size advantage, 63 to 4, 292 to 29, 388 to 70, and so on. These two things are brought together for us. We've got conditions that we're looking for. Now, we can spot them individually easily enough, but it's also helpful to know when this is taking place in the past and when a zone is created, in this case for support, that we'd want to pay attention to. And that's what Ghost Eye Block does. So when this price level is revisited, there is a zone that we should be paying attention to. And that zone is when I have both sequential decline and responsive activity. Paying attention to that zone, I have 2 great long entries that I can be confident about. What's that? The better part of 10 ticks there, 15, maybe 20, depending on where I got in. Great information to have, and essential if I'm going to consistently profit from my swings. Now, without the benefit of being able to see inside the candles, if you just wanted to see how well Ghost Eye Block works, here it is. Great resistance and support zones based on sequential activity and responsive decline that are created for me that I can trade with high confidence and high probability. So there it is. If I want to increase my batting average with spotting those swing entries, we need to get a look inside those candles. It'll tell us what's going on, especially at those tips. I want to look for sequential decline or responsive activity. When I have both, get ready to make your entry and do it confidently. And finally, if I'm looking to bring it all together and chart this over time and know when I'm hitting zones of support and resistance, we've got Ghost Eye Block. If you want to see how you can profit more from sequential decline or responsive activity, watch our 4-part training at institutionaledgesystem.com. It's completely free and jam-packed with ideas and strategies just like this one. Until then, thanks for your time.